welcome to the GOB Radio Network Music Spotlight Show. I'm LaTroy Gardner, joined by singer, songwriter, and producer, Josh X. Welcome to the GOB Radio Network show, Josh.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. So speak briefly on your upbringing and kind of how you learned about your musical chops.
So I had one of them Haitian, real strict mothers that wasn't born in America. She was born in Haiti. Mm-hmm. And she told me, I brought you into this world, and if you don't listen to me, I'll take you out of this world. So me being a young kid that was pretty, I like to say smart, I chose to stay in the world. She told me this was her best friend. This piano right here should be my best friend, and learn it every single day. So what I did was, at 6 years old, I started playing classical music and started learning about music like this. And as I was playing classical music, that wasn't getting me none of the honeys. So I told my moms, whoa, that music right there, that ain't gonna get me lit. I got to get to the honeys. And she was like, as long as you go to college and graduate and give me a bachelor's in music, I don't care what you do. So I said, all right, Ma, I'll park up the classical music all the way until college. And then from there, I'll start getting into some R&B. So that's kind of how I transitioned from being a born classical, raised classical musician that my mom enforced. And then when I realized it wasn't getting me what I really wanted out of it, I turned it around into R&B. And that's how I got into R&B.
Right. So, like, just speak on the experience of attending the Juilliard School.
The experience has been phenomenal. I mean, anybody that's in a school that is that great, you feel honored to be there. But for me, it wasn't my passion. Right. So for me, I was finding myself living my dream through my mom's. I was living my life through my mom's dream, is what I should say. So from there, that's when I said, I'll just do this for Mom. And I know it's a great accomplishment. I know everybody's like, Josh, you crazy, but the passion wasn't there. You can't fake passion. You know, yes, the student was there. The person that was learning the music was there. Studying the music was there, but the passion wasn't there. So that's when I said, after Juilliard, I'm going to go to Five Towns College. And that's where Chrisette Michelle went. I don't know if you know that, and Wyclef and Mariah Carey and Adam Levine from Maroon 5, the lead singer. And I was hearing about that school that was giving people opportunities to learn about R&B music and jazz. So I said, that's where I'm going to get the culture that I need in order to get into this R&B. So I have both, best of both worlds. It's dope to have, but it's been a great experience.
Nice. So I think when I first heard your material, you went by Josh Exantis. Yes. So what made you drop the last name and just go with Josh X?
Exantis is, my last name. And I felt like a lot of people were having a hard time pronouncing my name on the radio. And it was messing up. Hey, stop. It was my dog is crazy. It was messing up my whole situation that I really felt like the brand, just to keep it. Excuse me, 1 second.
He wants to get interviewed too.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell him to get on the keys.
Okay, she called. Yeah, I'm in the middle of an interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle of an interview. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay, so yeah, we trying to just make it easier for people on the radio was be Josh X, that was really what I was doing. Dropping the last name just to make it easier where people wouldn't mess up my name. And when I got big to where everybody just knew me as Josh, then I would come back to my Exantis, my rightful name. You feel me? That was my plan.
Nice. So you had an opportunity to, I guess, meet and get recognized by the icon Stevie Wonder. Tell us about that.
The icon Stevie Wonder was super dope meeting him. He endorsed me for early on in my career, which was super crazy. I was on a promo tour performing my song first time, and Brian McKnight was the first stop that I made, which I knew about. So I was already open off that because I stopped playing classical music after discovering Brian McKnight. But then when I get to Stevie Wonder the following day, I didn't know he was going to be in the building. I was just at the radio station thinking I was going to perform for some PDs, and which was a dope thing too. But I didn't know Stevie was going to walk in. And he walks in, and I start playing and start messing up my keys. Like, oh, shoot, that's Stevie Wonder. And as I'm in there, he just starts talking to me about my music. And he's like, I want to hear you play. I want to hear you sing. After I've played and sang a couple songs for him, he was like, I rock with you. I think you're dope. And if you could be an artist that's going to help change the world with your music, then I'll be by your side and endorse you. And I said, of course, Stevie, I'm going to make music to change the world, which has been the biggest job I ever had to do during this whole music business. Because, you know, the business is filled with negativity. So right. Stevie's such a positive light. He wanted me to be someone to continue that legacy, to carry that positive light. It's a big job, but I'm up to it. I'm up to it.
Nice. So here's a versus battle that I've had in my head. Mm-hmm. And I've sort of been posting on Instagram after Swiss and Timberland would seek out requests. And that's 70s Stevie versus 80s Stevie.
That would be your versus battle, 70s Stevie versus 80s Stevie. That would be a movie. That would be a movie. Which one you was rocking with? Which is your favorite Stevie?
Man, I feel like he has more timeless material in the 70s, but
the heat
I
was
think
in
a
the
lot of
80s
his 80s material I relate to it more as far as my personal experiences.
I would agree with that.
Like Hotter Than July and Original Musicarium. Those are the two that I rock the most, but of course you can't deny Songs in the Keys.
Hotter Than July has Rocket Love off that project, right?
Mm-hmm.
That song right there, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that record right there. I would go with that. I would go with the 80s Stevie too. I think that's more than something that more I relate to.
Right. So I understand that Brian McKnight is also someone that inspires you.
Yes, that was the first R&B artist that I learned after being in college and being cooped up with classical music. I said I got to get some soul because, you know what I'm saying, I was losing my soul playing these classical pieces every day. You know what I mean? I was like, what's going on? I needed that soul, that rhythm and blues. And when I heard Anytime by Brian McKnight, I was like, damn, that song right there, you know what I mean?
So what's your go-to?
You feel me? Like off the rib. And because it had the keys that kind of like classical, you feel me? Where I could do scales and move on the keyboard. It was like, that's easy for me. And when I learned that song and I performed that song for the first time, the results was phenomenal with the girls that I was hollering at. So I was like, this is where I gotta go. This is where I gotta be. You feel me?
Starting to recognize a trend here.
you know, I'm a lady, man.
All for the honeys. I feel you.
You feel me?
Yes, I do. So you was the first person to produce Cardi B, even collaborating with her on your single "Heaven on My Mind." Just talk about, you know, working with her and then seeing the growth as an artist and where she is right now.
Working with Cardi B was dope. We on the same label, KSR. That's the name of the record label. So we were label mates. We are label mates. And the reality of that was my boy Shaf, who's the CEO of the company. At the time in 2015, I was working with Cash Money for a few years, and I was dealing with Birdman and Slim. And I met Shaf at the radio station. Well, I met him at a club, and then I met him at Power 151 and in New York. And when I met him, he was just like, yo, you're super talented. We need to work. We need to do some work. Came to my crib the following day, which was crazy because I never met somebody in the industry and then had them at my crib the next day. But Shaf was real persistent, and that's his personality. And as we got there, he said, yo, I got this artist named Cardi B, and I need you to work with her. And I was like, okay, let me meet her. Met her. Instantly saw that she was going to be a star in 2015. people around me didn't see it. People that I was dealing with didn't see it, but Shaft and everyone that Shaft was assembling saw the vision. We cut records. We produced together. We went on tour together, and it's not shocking for what she become because I was implemented in it for that reason, and that vision that the team had was for her to be number one. So when it happened, which Bodak Yellow, I was blessed to be in the studio for, and it took number one, it was like, yeah, told you so. It was more like the industry against the industry. And in the meantime, while we were working together, we cut records together. I'm on her first two projects, Gangsta Bitch Volume 1 and 2, featured on her project, and she was featured on my song, Heaven on My Mind.
Nice. All right, so let's get into the new single, I Miss You. Just tell me about the inspiration behind that song.
I think you know by now. I'm a ladies' man, and I broke a lot of hearts. And during that time, I was in a very bad situation where I realized I was doing wrong, and I wrote about that record. And that song is the song that came to me. Very proud of it. Feel like it's true to my heart. It's a song I see a lot of people gravitating to, so it's super blessing to see that. And at the same time, I'm just happy that it's not like a gimmick. You know what I mean? It's the real deal Josh X. So, produced by Jay White, who did Bodak Yellow, Like It. Savage for Megan Thee Stallion. So that was dope working with him. He was in our team too, in the beginning. So it's like we cut those records. I cut I Miss You 3.5 years ago, for those that don't know. So it was a record I had in a can, and I was watering that thing and letting that thing grow, and now it's ready to be out in the world. So I'm really happy for the feedback I've been getting.
Good. So did you end up getting that one more hug and that one more touch?
Oh, you know that. I gotta get it. It don't matter what happens. We got to get the one more hug and one more touch. And I got the kiss.
Nice.
And I got the da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, that's what's important.
You feel me?
So when you mess up with that special someone, what rabbit do you pull out the hat in order to get her back?
This keyboard ain't steer me wrong yet. This keyboard here, nice little candlelight, little rose by the, you know what I mean? Sit there, might have a little bag, might have a little Louis bag, Gucci bag, something nice, something foreign, and this keyboard, an original song, but your name in it. That's how you really get it back. Once you put the name in the song, and you say you just made it on the spot, because I can write songs in 10, 15 minutes. I wrote I Miss You in like 20 minutes or so. So pretty quick with it. So when I mess up, that's classical training, because we have to play 100-piece page composition. So for me, writing an original song always gets you back to your right place and out the doghouse.
How much do you charge if we're not able to write custom songs ourselves and we have to hit you up? How much you charge for that?
If it's you,
yeah.
I got you. For everybody else, y'all gotta hit my management up.
All right, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yeah, for you, I got you. But I keep it fair. I keep it fair.
So one thing I appreciated about the song is just the vulnerability that you showed. Do you feel like that's missing in today's R&B?
Absolutely. And that's why I wanted to put the song out now. I felt like everyone's trying to be cool. Everyone's trying to act like they never got their heart broken or they never been in a position to lose their girl. So for me, I wanted to show that vulnerable position that I was in. You feel me? Because I had my back against the wall and I was trying to move fast. So I feel like that's what Stevie told me to do, to put those stories into your music and help someone get back their girl, help somebody get back their man, help somebody find back their loved one. So that's why I'm here. That's all I can be here for, is to bring back that vulnerability back into R&B and stop letting it be about cool. It's okay to cry. If your heart is broken and you feel like crying and you lost somebody that meant that much for you, it's okay. You don't have to be a thug and wife of thoughts and everybody's a Tatiana and this and that. I'm trying to, help people get married and find their queens and their kings. You feel me?
I feel you. So talk about your upcoming release, The X Project. What should fans expect when it drops? I guess later on this year?
Yeah, it drops this fall. So I'll
Okay.
probably think it's sometime in September, sometime in October. But this fall, you can expect just a bunch of vulnerable music. Josh X been through a lot in his life. I've been through so much that, I felt like I never broke down. I had my times that I broke down, but I ain't let it take me out of my focus and what I wanted out of life. So I feel like with the X project, you're going to find out my struggles, my ups and downs, and see how I got my foot in the game. And I'm here to stay. I'm here to really be somebody that's here to last and make timeless music. I'm not trying to be yesterday's topic. I'm trying to be it forever with the music. Timeless. Feel me? 25 years from now, you'll be able to play a Josh X record.
And that's what we need, something that it's like a timestamp. You can remember where you was when the single dropped or the album dropped. And it just takes you back to that space.
Correct. And that's super important for me. So expect that out of this project and know that I'm coming full blaze with this.
All right, Josh. Well, please share your socials and where they can, find the new music and the old.
You can find everything on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. Get lit on my social media with me, because I'll definitely get lit. I'll be hollering at everybody that hollers at me, because I believe in support. It's something you can't pay for. So if you come and support me, that's love. And I want to connect with you at Josh X, Instagram, Facebook, Josh X, Twitter, Josh X, and my website is JOSH, my real last name, XANTUS music.com. Connect with your boy and let's go. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and your talent.
Thank you.
And like I said, I love the single, I Miss You, which we're about to get into. And much success. And, stay safe, brother.
You too, my brother. Thank you.
So on behalf of the GOB Radio Network, this is LaTroy Gardner. Stay tuned for next week for another installment of the GOB Radio Network Music Podcast. See you then.
See you then.
All right. Have a blessed one.
You too, my brother.
All right.
Thank you for checking us out on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe for more great content. And don't forget to check out our website at gobradionetwork.com.